Why do we work? Most of us spend most of our lives working in one way or another. Most of us also eagerly anticipate the times when we can stop working. The end of the day, the weekend, holidays, retirement, the fantasy of winning the lottery and quitting. But when we get the chance, how many of us really stop altogether? What motivates us to work or not work, and our feelings about the work we do? The first glance answer is easy. We work to fulfill our needs and wants. Whether it be work to require our needs directly, like growing your own food, or, far more commonly, work to get paid so that you can buy what you require. The majority of us are well aware of the stark reality that if we don't work, our future will include poverty, homelessness, starvation, and early death. But that's not the whole story. There is something more to work than material necessity. We know this because billionaires with enough wealth to last them 100 lifetimes go on working. Retirees regularly volunteer. And lottery winners often don't quit. Working when you don't have to, even when you get no material reward for doing so, has been shown to have a significant impact on personal health and well-being. Working can make you happier. However, not all work does. And the biggest factor in making that difference is meaning. Doing work that you feel is meaningful and worthwhile tends to make you happier and healthier. Doing work that you feel is pointless or shameful tends to lead to the opposite. As long as they aren't struggling to make ends meet, people are happier doing unpaid work that they feel has meaning, even if it's difficult or taxing, than they are getting paid for work that they feel lacks meaning. People hate feeling like they're wasting their lives, and that feeling saps their well-being. The motivation to work for the sake of meaning is less obvious than for financial or material gain, but it may be just as potent. Recently, this has been illustrated for many of us in pandemic lockdowns. People who were still getting income but couldn't work normally sought out all sorts of activities and projects to achieve meaning, to still be able to see the fruits of their labours. They were also very keen to demonstrate these fruits and the process to others. There is a social element to our desire to work too. Social engagement at work provides feedback from others that our work is important, our work is fruitful, and this reflects on us personally, fostering a feeling of respect. Even if the actual task we are completing can be frustrating, if we receive respect from our colleagues and leaders for it, we can feel accomplishment and success through their feedback. Leading biologists believe the internal desire to work may be a product of evolution. The individuals who naturally felt good working for the tangible benefit of a community and were motivated to do so created a society more likely to thrive and spread. Those who only contributed if they got something out of it directly tended to be outcompeted and disappear. This innate desire to contribute to a community can be seen at play in studies that show volunteers who are motivated by altruism reaped more positive health benefits than those whose volunteering was more focused on themselves. It could be said that we are hardwired to feel good about contributing to the greater good of our community, and that we all yearn to do so. These inclinations can be overwhelmed by things like greed and selfishness, to be sure, but the people who do so are rarely seen to be content and healthy in body and mind. When thinking about the shape of society we want, it would be a mistake to think of work only in terms of the material gains it produces and delivers. Depriving people of meaning causes suffering just as surely as depriving them of food, shelter, medical care, and comfort. Work will always be a vital part of human life, but work for work's sake, even accompanied by all the material riches you can imagine, will never be enough. At the end of the day, what are we all really working for? Subscribe for more videos like this and comment to join the conversation.